Hopefully everything will work out. Okay. Alrighty. First thing, let's see. I'll tell you a little bit about me. Okay. And if you hadn't read it on whatever it is, what is it? Rate My Professor? Hopefully you'll read it after this class. All right. Go ahead and write down the information that you see on the board right there. Let's see if I can blow it up for you. The yellow is the ways to get into contact with me. Now, the best way to get in contact with me is through my cell phone. Okay? That's the best way to contact me. Now, what I mean by contacting? Well, let me just give you an example, because I use a lot of examples of DAs in the past that have really screwed up, the communication process. I had a student last semester, of course I didn't hear from her until after grade turn-in, that made a D in the class. And she called me after grade turn-in and said, I don't understand why I made a D in the class. Well, you missed 3-unit test. 3-unit test. Now, if you know anything, anybody had me before, most of y'all are high school students, I realize that. I give a week for you to take a test online. A week. 7 days. Everybody with me? How do you miss 3-unit tests in my class? But anyway, my department head laughed at her. But the whole point is, she said, oh, I emailed you. Best way to contact me is through my cell phone. Now, if you miss 1-unit test or 3-unit test, don't you constitute that as an emergency? I would, since it's 3 of your 80% of your grade. If it's an emergency, the best way to contact me is through my cell phone. Okay? Other than that, you can see me after class or before class. Okay? Because I don't have a problem with you seeing me before or after class. And most of the time, 90% of the time, it can wait until before or after class. What constitutes as an emergency? Well, if you're one of these people that wait till the last freaking minute, don't try to call me at 12 o'clock at night because I'm not going to answer it. Okay? But a constitution of emergency is when you have a wreck or something bad happens family-wise or blah, 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 and you're going to miss a test because of blah, blah, blah. But let me know before the fact and we won't have a problem. But let me know at grade turn-in, after grade turn-in, is a little bit too late. One thing I ask all my students to use is common sense. All right? And I give bonus questions on the test, and all the bonus questions except for 2 are DAs in the past. All right? But there's my cell phone, 356-3874. Now, you can contact me through email if you feel more comfortable doing that. It goes to my cell phone anyway. You heard it say you have a work email. That means somebody at Tri-County Tech has emailed you. Simple as that. All right? But in case of emergencies, those 10% phone calls or text, send them my cell phone. Okay? Okay? Pretty simple. Put your name on it. I don't know who 864-357-3821 is. Hey, it's me. Make sure you do that. I even give you directions to my office. I'm never there, but sometimes I'm there. Usually during the day, I'm in the classroom that I was last in. If I have a class coming in afterwards, then yeah, I'll probably be in my office or I'll be in the next classroom. That's why I give you my locator card, so you'll know where I'm at, so you won't ask me where you're going to be. So there's 3 things right there that I've told you not to ask you. 1, when are you going to be in your office? 2, where is your office? 3, when are you in the classroom? Okay, we're going to look at the locator card in just a second. These are all on My Labs Plus also. So therefore, the DAs cannot say, oh, I didn't get the email. Well, it's on My Labs Plus also. So that excuse is covered. Okay, I'll show you where it is on My Labs Plus. Okay? Now, why do I give you all of this? Because I'm very conceited. No, I don't do that. I'm very the opposite of conceited, whatever that is, modest, I guess you'd say, humble, whatever. The reason I do the information sheet is because a long time ago, I used to tell students to write all their information down on a piece of paper, an index card, and then we would switch cards, and then we would try to guess who likes bunny rabbits, and who does this, and who sings, and who does this, and we would try to guess who it is. The whole purpose of that little drill was to show that everybody has something in common, okay? But I quit doing it because some people can't spell mom backwards, and you have to explain it like 3 or 4 times to people, and I just got tired of doing it. So again, the minority just screws up everything, all right? So I quit doing it, but I kept doing my information because one of my pet peeves is making the classroom comfortable. If the classroom is not comfortable, you're not going to learn. You're going to hate it. You ever dreaded going to a class before? You ever dreaded going to a classroom? You ever dreaded going to a teacher? That's why, because it's uncomfortable. If you're in an uncomfortable classroom, now that goes both ways. I can have students make this classroom uncomfortable, but I try to get rid of them the first couple of days, and that's usually the know-it-alls. The ones that have ego problems, the ones that have self-issues, no hair, short, and we won't discuss the other one, but, they have problems, all right? But usually, if I have a problem, let me just go ahead and tell you, in 22 years of teaching at Tri-County Tech, can anybody guess how many people I've asked to leave my classroom? Anybody want to take a guess?
2.
You're close. Who said that? 2. 3. 22 years. Can anybody say what they had in common? Anybody want to guess what they had in common? Huh?
Know-it-alls.
Well, yeah, there were know-it-alls, but other than that, yes. You actually read my handouts. You're the one. Okay, good. I'm on faint. Somebody actually read them. Know-it-alls, but they had something else in common. Come on, girls, y'all are pretty smart.
Were they guys?
Yep. Why? Because guys know what? Everything. They don't need directions. They were all obnoxious guys. 18, 19-year-old, the type. Okay? So I'm not going to put up with that because that makes the room what? Makes the environment uncomfortable. Never had a girl make the room uncomfortable. So y'all got a good record. Guys, 3 out of, 22 years. I don't even know. Let's see. 30 times 5 is 150. That's 300. 300 and then 120 is 420. Let's just say 400. 400 times 20, y'all get the point? Very small percentage. So, and I try to make the classroom comfortable. And usually the first or second day, I can tell who's going to give me problems just by the way they're acting. Okay, so hopefully y'all ain't going to be that way. All right, so there's a little bit about me. A couple of bonus questions are on there. So make sure you read it so you'll know the answer to the bonus question, even though it's pretty spell mom backwards. It's pretty simple, but some people will get it wrong. Anyway, that's that. Questions on that? Okay. My locator card. That's on your email too. It's also on My Labs Plus. That way you won't ask the question when are you in your office. If you ever ask me a question that I have gone over, I'll say I have no clue. There they are. Okay. Oops. Let me move it over for you. Now, you don't have to write this down because you got it in your email, but there is my schedule. So I've got a class next, a Polycom class, and those of you who don't know what a Polycom class is, some of y'all been to New Spring Church before, where they take the preacher at one spot and they pipe him out to all different campuses. Well, that's what a Polycom is, okay? Synchronous instruction, okay? We got a 3D camera in or a 360-degree camera, and basically it records the class and pipes out live to Oconee campus, Easley campus, and Pendleton campus. I'm the only one that started it, but I think there's 4 campuses. I think there's 4 teachers this semester doing it. One in history, Chad Gregory's doing it, psychology and speech, I think, and economics and math. So there's 5 subjects being taught. Some of y'all may be in one. Okay, but that's what the Polycom is, and those are in AC 137. It's down the hall on the first floor. I also have 3 conventional classes. I'm looking for them. Might not have them on there. But there's Math 120. There's a Math 103. I don't have it on there. Oh well. There's a Math 103, and then there's a Math 110 online, which I've got it. There's Math 103 right there. AC 236. Okay? And I think there's one more, but I can't remember. But that's pretty good. I got to pick up my son at 2:30 this week, so I won't be here after 2 o'clock probably, or 2:30. So I have to pick him up at 3. So I usually get out of here. I think this class ends at 2:10. So after 2:10, I'll probably be gone. All right. So there's your locator card. Make sure you print that out. Next thing, class courtesies. There's class courtesies. I want you to read my number 1 rule. And it's kind of like, the golden rule, but that's why it's highlighted in yellow, I guess. Okay? I treat students the way what? I want to be treated. You treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. You treat me obnoxious, I'm going to treat you obnoxious. Okay? Which usually leads to embarrassment and you leave the room, or me calling security and telling you to leave the room. Okay? I don't know why I had to call security. I could pretty much move you out of the room, but they frown upon that. Cell phones. I have a cell phone just like everybody else, okay? And it goes off. You heard it go off a while ago. I don't have a heart attack. You don't have a heart attack. Usually there's only 3 numbers that'll make me go in the hallway, and that's my mother, my son, and my daughter, pretty much. You have people that's important in your life. So if they call or if they text, go out in the hallway, no problem. You don't even have to ask. Just go out there. Hallway is like a road. It's like a road. You can run around naked with jello on you if you wanted to out in the road. Okay? But as soon as you get on somebody's property, there's a problem. Okay? Same way with the hallway. You can go out in the hallway. You can talk on the phone. We've had people have knockdown drag-outs with their boyfriend and girlfriend in the hallway. Okay? On the phone. So you can do that. That's fine. But just don't do it in here. And don't put it between your legs. That just insults my intelligence. Please don't do that. Okay? There's nothing more frustrating than somebody texting while you're talking. What if you was to come up to my desk up here and ask me about a question and I started texting while you were asking me about your math question? What is that? Rude. So what's the difference in me doing that and you doing it? No difference. I treat you the way that you want to be treated. Okay? And as long as you abide by those rules, we'll be okay. So that takes care of the texting and the cell phones. Now, some of these teachers, they're just freaking crazy. Okay? They just go bonkers over these cell phones. I don't know why, because all they're doing is enticing you to use them when they go crazy, just so you can trigger them. All right. This is not an online class. I teach. But why do I do everything online? Because I get paid to teach. I don't get paid to do paperwork. I don't get paid to do babysitting services. I get paid to teach. So I fix my classroom to where I don't have to deal with all this stuff. Okay? So that's why I do the online testing and the online homework. Been doing it since 2000. And I had to fight an uphill battle back then. Because everybody's like, oh, it ain't gonna work, it ain't gonna work. Attendance policy. I really don't care. Like I said, I'm not in the babysitting service. I don't want to have to take you to the bathroom, and I don't want to keep up with you. But financial aid in Tri-County Tech says I have to. Okay, so what I do the first 2 weeks is I pass around a sheet, and you put initials first 2 weeks, and then after that, I just go on the attendance tracker and just say everybody's here. Okay, because it don't matter to me. After 2 weeks, it don't matter to me. You can Skype in I ask that you use that for emergencies. Some of you have brothers and sisters. Some of you have kids. Some of you have parents. Whatever the case may be, that you need to stay with them during the day. Okay? And if that's true and an emergency arises, then you can Skype in. But you got to read the sheet that tells you how to get Skype. You've got Skype for Business. Write that down. Skype for Business, not regular Skype. Okay? Skype for Business. And when do you install it? You install it today. Okay, everybody has a free 5 or 6 free installs of Office 365. Go to the Office portal, type in your Tri-County Tech information. It'll send you to the Tri-County Tech login, and you can install Windows on 5 or 6 different devices. Okay, that includes Skype for Business. So nobody can say, oh, I don't have it. Well, you need to install it, okay, because you're going to need it for other reasons. Okay? My class is based on the following ideas. You work, you pass. You don't work, you flunk. Okay? I'm not into all these redistributions, okay? I believe wholeheartedly if you work, you get a paycheck. If you work, you get a grade. I'm not going to take Miss Smith's A, and since she made 10 points over the 90, I'm going to take 10 points and redistribute it amongst some other people that hadn't worked. I don't believe in that. Okay? So, call me a racist, call me whatever. I don't believe in people not working. Okay? I generalize when I speak of students. I don't sit at home and say, oh, well, there's that girl that sits on the 3rd row and she's got blonde hair. I don't like her. I'm going to make fun of her. No, I don't do that. I got more important things to do than worry about who to make fun of in class. Now, if you wear a sign around your neck that says, please make fun of me, like some people do, yeah, I'm going to make fun of you. Okay, so don't do that. I generalize when I speak. So when I say y'all, I don't mean you and here, I mean all students. When I say you people, that means all. That don't mean if I'm looking at you, that means you, okay? All right? Buttercups, if you're a buttercup or a snowflake, you need to get the hell out because I don't put up with no butterflakes or what do you call them? Butterflakes or snow cups, whatever. I don't put up with them, all right? So if I don't even want to go there, okay? You know what I think? I think people need to get a sense of humor and they need to get a life because our country has turned into the United States of pansies, okay? I'm serious. God almighty. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. All right, let's go over here and let's see what this one says. Oh, let's talk about the know-it-alls. That's the ones that, yeah, we understand. You're at Tri-County Tech, but you know it all. Yeah, right. Hubert's typical class. I like to have fun. I like to talk. If you're one of these people like Dr. Gobati that starts class on page 256, 1 second after class starts and ends up an hour later on 347, I'm not your guy. Okay? I like to talk. I like to talk about current events. And then maybe 15 minutes after we start, we might start talking about math. We might start talking about math when I first come in. It all depends on how bitchy I am. Okay? But Hubert's typical class. Fun, different, comfortable. It all depends on who? The class. If y'all going to be a cold class, then the class is going to be cold and it's going to last forever. If you want to interact, as long as it's not while I'm talking, you can interact. You can interact with me. You can interact. As soon as I start talking about math, that's when the interaction stops unless I ask a question. It's just, again, common sense and professionalism, basically. All right? Know-it-alls. How do you know if you're a know-it-all? When people like avoid you in the hallway, you might be a know-it-all. If people ask you, if people say hello and they keep walking and they don't ask how you're doing, chances are you're a know-it-all. All right? If people go into the bathroom when they see you and they go into the women's bathroom and they're not a woman, then chances are you're a know-it-all. Know-it-all. In psychology class, there's 3 or 4 psychologists that are already in the classroom. You ever notice that? Anybody's taking psychology? There's always one person. If you haven't taken psychology in a college setting yet, wait. There's going to be somebody in there that knows more than the teacher does. Same thing with math. There's always somebody that says, I know more than the teacher does. I'll be glad to compare credentials with you after class. Okay? I understand. You've had this class before. That's why you're at Tri-County Tech instead of MIT. In math, there's always a person who thinks they created and built the space shuttle. They also created calculus as well as algebra. These academic god and goddesses are here at Tri-County Tech to take algebra. Yeah. Think about that for a minute. If you're so smart, I graduated from Tri-County Tech. West Side, Tri-County Tech, Clemson. All right? That's with a P. All right? Clemson, that's with a P. I don't pronounce Clemson. I don't say that, okay? That's those people on the ESPN. Have you ever noticed that? Evidently, they don't want to be Southern and racist and stupid. So instead of saying Clemson with a P, they say Clemson. We're in Clemson, South Carolina. Kind of like those people that transplant into Pendleton and they say, I'm from Pendleton. I'm from Williamston. I'm from Belton. Just put a board across their chest that says, I'm not from around here. I'm from Iowa. And people get on my nerves. Bottom line, I'm here to teach those that want to learn. If you don't want to learn, don't come to class. Do it at home. Because all you're going to do is you're going to create a uncomfortable environment. Okay? Question. Used to be the deadheads that got on my nerves. That was back when I first started teaching. The deadheads, what day is it? Oh, but the know-it-alls took over. About 3 or 4 years, it's just all of a sudden the high school started putting out people that just knew everything. I don't know what happened. I really don't. Maybe some of y'all can figure it out. Some of y'all may know some of those people. All right, so hopefully, and why do I give you this? I give you this to give you an idea whether you should drop or not. Usually, the know-it-alls pretty much drop. I hope. Question on that. All right, so we've went over the locator card, we went over my information, we went over class courtesies, and the syllabus is worthless. Why is the syllabus worthless? Because a bureaucrat wrote it. All you got to do is read it. You can't understand it. So I'm not going to go through it, okay? Here's the only part that you can understand right here. There you go. So you need to write that down. Grading scale, a legitimate grading scale. Not a, I don't want to address the problem in academia, so I'm going to put this under the rug and we're going to change the grading scale so it'll make 95 to 100 an A. We're not doing that bull crap. All right? It's 10-point grading scale like it should be, and 80% of your grade is from your test, and 20% is from your homework. And it's all done online. And the good thing about online, it don't see if you're male or female. It don't see if you're red and yellow, black and white. It don't see if you're this or that, or snowflake or buttercups or whatever. If you failed the test, it's going to say you're a loser and should quit school. No, it's going to say you failed the test. All right? I would get fired because I work for one of those companies. I could just put, McDonald's is hiring. You got this wrong. You have no clue what you're doing. Oh, God, I would get fired the first week if I program those things in there. The fantastics and the great job and all that. You suck. That's what I put. Oh, well, you got one right. You still got 30 to get. You won't get them. That's what I put. All right, but that's important. The grading scale and the unit test, that includes I just do all the tests in one and then take 80% of it. So that's your final also. Okay? just keep above the 80 and you'll be all right. Or 70, depending on if you're good with being average. Okay? All right. And here is the most important. Print this out. That's the one that tells you what's going on. Now, why do I say this is most important? Oops. Because, I need a banner up here to move this thing around. I love students that come up to me and say, I'm not going to be here next week. Can you tell me what I'm going to go over? I have no clue. That's what I'll tell you. Why? Because there it is right there. And one of my department head said the other day, my department head, we were talking about this student that was a DA. That's, for those of you who don't know what DA stands for, dumb attitude. Okay? I used to say the other thing, but I got in trouble because somebody complained about saying dumbass. But anyway, dumb attitude disorder, DAD. There's LAD, which is lazy attitude disorder, DAD, and that could be deadhead or dumb. And then there's redneck disorder. There's all kinds of disorders I have that I list. That's another handout, but I offended too many people, so whatever. Anyway, if I go over 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 today, and you're absent Wednesday, then what do you think I'm going to go over? I'm going to go over 1.4, 1.5, maybe 2.1. Let's say that you miss Friday and I go over 2.1. Then what am I going to go over Monday, or not Friday, Wednesday? You miss Wednesday and I go over 2.1, then I'm going to start Monday with what? 2.2. That's what you use this for. I tell students to print it out and put it on the inside of your notebook. You know, the plastic cover on the inside of your notebook, that's the most important page that you can print out of the handouts. Okay, so make sure you print. If you don't print out any of the handouts, print that one out, because that is the one that tells you where we are and where we're going. Ignore the dates, because I didn't write this. This came from the lead instructor of Math 120, and they put dates over there, but that's in October and September. Is this October? Yeah, I guess it will be. So I guess they did update it. I don't know. I don't know if they updated it or not. I just copy and paste it. Okay? They even told us one time that we had to fill in the dates for y'all. I said, I'm not doing that. Why? Because that's just making more work for me. And they say, well, it's not a lot of work to write down. I said, no. I said, if I write down those dates, you're asking me to commit to those dates. And I may have students that don't know the concept. Well, what happens if I don't know the concept and I miss a day? And I got to move all those dates down. I'm not doing that. And plus, I'm not going to take y'all to the bathroom. If you want to know when we're going to go over Unit 1, then I'll tell you. There's just, you know what happens to teachers that can't teach? They become administrators. It's true. Teachers that can't teach become administrators. Or that don't like to teach. That's why I don't like bureaucracy. All right. So, Unit 1 is 1, 2, and 3. I can tell you right now, Unit 1 and Unit 2 is all reading. So you need to go ahead and start reading. Unit 1 and Unit 2 is all reading. I'm sorry, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Week 1 and Week 2. That's all Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. That is nothing but reading. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Now, let's talk about the book, because everybody's going to ask about the book. As far as what you bring to class, you can beg, borrow, steal. I don't care. I don't care what you bring to class. You can bring a share book. You can bring a paperback book. You can bring an old book. You can bring a book you found in the parking lot. I don't care. All right? Everybody has the book when you get an access code, because the access code gives you the book online. Okay? So what is more important, the book or the access code? The access code. All right? Write this down. The access code can be gotten 3 different ways. It comes with the book. They have them online. I mean, they have them in the bookstore. Let's see, there's probably 500 and something probability students, so they ordered 5 access codes. That's the way they do it. 500, they order 5. So you can forget the bookstore, because they'll run out after the day. Okay? And then online. So that's the 3 ways to get an access code. What about eBay? Don't do that. Don't even think about that. Because 1, you might get ripped off with a used access code, or 2, they may give you an access code that's already expired, or 3, they may give you an access code to History Labs Plus instead of my Labs Plus, which is my Math Lab. Okay? So do not get one online as far as eBay or Amazon, or don't do that. Okay? Now, if you know somebody that took this class last semester and they didn't use access code, which I highly doubt, and it hadn't been ripped open or scratched off, then you might can use that. But that's up to you. Okay? But the number 1 priority for you when you leave today is to get an access code, because as soon as you register, as soon as you can start doing homework and reading the content with the online text. If you want to buy a used book, if you want to buy a new book, that's up to you. The only thing that matters to me is the access code. So write that down. The only thing that matters to me is the access code, because once you get the access code, you have the book online, access to the book online, and that's all I care about. I don't care what you bring to class. Yes, ma'am.
So the access code comes like if we go to the penalty bookstore, or is it on like our ETC account?
It's on the penalty bookstore. Okay. You are already in the class, but you have to register. Basically, the access code is proof of purchase that you bought the book or you bought the access code. That's basically it. Okay, it's telling the publisher that you are legally in the class. That's what it's telling the publisher. Okay, so you can either get it online, you can get it with the book inside the bookstore, or you can get it from the bookstore until they run out, which will probably be today. Okay. Now there is a 21 or 14-day free access. I would suggest that you use that wisely. If you have a book or a used book, use it, read, and only use the free access when you know you're going to get a paycheck or a credit or a scholarship or whatever, and you know that's going to hit soon, because you only got 14 days. And once you go over the 14 days, then it becomes invalid. It kicks you out as an active student, and then you have to go back and reinvent the wheel to get logged back in, and you have to call tech support at My Labs Plus, and you have to go through all that. So do not let the 14-day free trial expire. Well, how do you keep it from expiring? Don't use it until you know you're going to get some money or credit or whatever. All right, so if you know you're going to get your scholarship or financial aid or whatever Friday, then don't use the access code don't use the free access until Friday or Monday, okay? When you've got that money in your hand, then you can go deposit it, and then you can do the whatever, okay? If you know you're not getting your money until the 21st of the month, don't use that. Don't use free access on the 1st of the month, because you're going to run out of time, all right? If you get it online, all you need is a debit card or a credit card. And you don't have to really do anything except type that in, and it just puts you into the classroom. You don't have to go through all the access code. Okay? The access code is usually just if you have a card or if you buy a book and it comes with the card. Okay? So that's that. Question on that. Most important right there. We're going to go over My Labs Plus Wednesday. Okay? So that's that. This is a very short chair. My class. I don't think I'm going to go over that, because that's just a kind of redundant, and that explains my other classes. I don't think I need to go over that. Let me see. Nope, I don't need to go over that, because that's old. This is how you get logged on. So this covers how you get logged on right there. My Labs Plus. There you go. Let me blow that up so you can look at it, or move it over. There is a link on Blackboard. I would suggest that you use that link. Let's go ahead and say, I do not use Blackboard. I do not use Blackboard. There's no assignments on Blackboard because I do not use Blackboard. How many times have I said that? 4, 3, 4. There'll be some DA. I looked for your assignment on Blackboard and I couldn't find them. Will I reply? Nope. If I don't reply to your email or your text, chances are I've already covered it. Go back to the handouts or go back to today's video and I'll show you how to do that too. Okay? Let me go ahead and give you the technical support number for MyLabs Plus, so you'll have it. If I can find it. Contacts. MyLabs Plus. 188, okay, 888-883-1299. 888-883-1299. 883-1299. That's how you get in contact. Let me go ahead and give you the technical support for Tri-County. Technical support for Tri-County is 646-1779. That's anything to do with Tri-County, not with MyLabs Plus. 1779. Now, when you go and you hit the link on Blackboard, it's going to send you to this, and you hit I accept, and then it's going to send you to this. Let me go ahead and show you that, and that's where you see the choices of access codes. Access code, you have an access code. Buy now, that's when you buy it online, or pay later. Okay, it's 21 days. So use that wisely. It says 21 days right there. Temporary access. Now, once you use the temporary access, once you pass that 21 days, it's going to deactivate you, and then you're going to get your money, and then you're going to try to reactivate. You're going to try to go and hit access code or buy now, and it's not going to let you in. Then you're going to have to call that, what you call it? Technical support number, and you're going to have to say, I used my 21 days, I need to be reactivated so I can pay. And then they have to go through and do that. So don't use the 21 days if you can. Try to avoid using that up. Okay? And that's MyLabs Plus. And YouTube and ETC and all that. How to access my videos. I'll show you that in just a minute. Also, but there's the directions on how to access the videos. I think I changed the picture. I think it's a red, kind of a wine color shirt now. I don't think it's a blue shirt. I think it's a wine colored shirt. Okay. Skype. Use as emergencies, and there it is. Load Skype for Business. Do not load Skype for Business 5 minutes before class, because it ain't going to work. Murphy's Law always hits if you wait till the last minute. So don't wait till the last minute. If you know you're not going to make it to class, then you need to go ahead and install Skype for Business like the day before or an hour or two before, so you'll have it ready at class. And how do you do that? Well, you load Skype, then you text Hubert a few minutes before class with your first name and last name so I can look you up, and then I will bring you into the classroom. Simple as that. Don't call me, because I'm just going to disregard the call, because it doesn't work that way. Especially when I'm starting a class and you try to come in, it doesn't work good. Okay, so the best thing to do is just text me and say, I'm not going to, don't tell me, I don't need to know 5 flat tires, the dog's dead, the cat's sick. I don't need to know all that. Just tell me you're Skyping in. And about the third or fourth time you do it, I'm going to start to say, okay, what's going on? You know, drunk every day or what? You know, why are you Skyping in every day? It's for emergencies, okay? It's for you to use, you know, sparingly. It's a privilege, not a right, okay? Question there. And of course, registering on to My Labs Plus. And I know some of this is repetitive. Some of y'all can break a handle with a banana. All right. Some of y'all can't spell mom backwards, and some of you need at least 10 times repetition. Okay. Somebody's going to come up to me Wednesday and say, how do I get on My Labs Plus? And I'm going to say I have no clue. All right? So make sure you do that. Questions so far? Now, let's have a little bit of fun. And let's, okay, this is not going to work. This is like short bus. It's too small. It's too, I rode the short bus when I was in the first grade. Rode it for 2 weeks. My mama got mad at him and told him I didn't need to ride the short bus. I was just crazy. Anyway, that's better. Ain't that bad? They put me on the short bus. My mama tells that story to everybody, embarrasses me to death. There's nothing wrong with that boy. He just ain't been around people. All right, so let's pull up. Rate my professor. Let's make fun of some teachers. I love to do that. Rate my professor. Y'all been to Rate My Professor yet? Oh, it's great. Some of these students are hilarious when they write stuff on here. Mike, give me one of your professors. Last name. Access denied. What do you mean? We've been pulling up Rate My Professor for I don't know how long. Why is it all? Oh, I love the IT department here at Tri-County. Let me try it again. Well, there's Rate My Professor. Don't tell me you can't access Rate My Professor. There it is. I don't understand. I know there's a lot of teachers that don't want access to Rate My Professor. Find a professor. Somebody give me a professor.
Tracy Carter.
Who?
Tracy Carter.
Tracy. Is it with a Y? With an I? Carter. Anderson University. Oh, there she is. Tri-County Tel. What does she teach? What the hell? I don't understand. Let me go to dadgum Google or Firefox. They must have done something to these computers because nothing is working correctly. Let me try this. Let's try Rate My Professor. There we go. Have you noticed that Internet Explorer never works on anything? Never. It's the Russians is what it is. Russia, Russia, Russia. All right, so what's her name? Carter?
Tracy
Carter.
Carter.
She was on here. It's not in freaking, let me just, Carter. Okay. It says one professor found. Where the hell is she? Like I said, there she is. It only takes 5 or 6 minutes. All right, first of all, anything above a 2 is good. Okay, so evidently, what do they teach? Math?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah. Supposed to be art teacher. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I think she got a job. at Anderson College. I'm sorry, Anderson University. Oh, well, it looks like to me she's a good teacher. y'all, I'm sorry. Actually, I think my rating is 4.7. I'm not sure. Somebody had to look. I'm not going to look at mine. I'm scared too. Somebody told me that mine was 4.7, but I'm not going to look at it. She only got 3 ratings right there. So, and remember, you got to do 2 things. You got to see how many ratings they have, and you've got to see if they spell cat with a K. Okay, if they spell cat with a K, or if they spell smile with a S or the C, or, I don't know. If they have one sentence and it's like 5 lines long, they have no grammar skills, and chances are they pretty much suck as a student anyway. So you got to take them with a grain of salt if they can't spell, all right? Or if they say, this teacher sucks. Okay, that's real intelligent. All right, especially for a synopsis of the class. Anyway, give me another teacher. Justin Holiday. Let's see if I can pull up H. Holiday. Justin Holiday, what do they teach? English, 3.6. Pretty odd fellow. Okay. Not scary after you talk to him. Well, that's good. He's not a perv. Barely taught, just to sign papers. Professor Holiday is great. Okay, he wrote this. He is very passionate about English and cares a lot about grammar. Okay, he wrote that one or had it paid. He is a tough grader. He's a great teacher as long as you do the reading. Okay, that means work. What? Kind of annoying at times. Dude loves pop quizzes. All right. If you use the word dude in a summary, not good. Okay? I can actually tell you this is probably a guy, okay? And he's probably one of those guys that has all the bushy hair and you put the cap on and his hair's all bushy out. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, dude. A very upbeat, enthusiastic person. Oh, he had that one written. Some like him, some don't. The guy really knows his stuff. I have no idea who this is. Very tough professor. Now, when you see one like this, read it and see if the grammar is correct. If the grammar is correct and it says he sucks, and chances are it's pretty legitimate, especially in an English class. Okay? Let's do one more. Let's find a good one.
Corey Evans.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, I know.
He's good, I can tell you that. Makes you wonder why he switched over to another department.
Wait,
He's not
He's not
teaching in the capacity that he was. He may be teaching some English, some Spanish courses, but he's now in comprehensive studies.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's good. He's got a good rating. His is 4.5. Anything below 2, run, drop, withdraw, get the hell out. I'm serious. Rate my professor is pretty accurate. I'm glad somebody told me mine wasn't below a 2. All right. Well, let's pull up one more. I still want to get a good one.
Do Miss Parr. Yeah, do Miss Parr.
Who?
I don't know her first name.
How do you
Mary.
spell her last name?
P-A-R-R.
Okay, P-A-R-R. Mary Parr. She's got 2 ratings. That's not good. 3.8. Overall, good. I suggest that you make sure you pay attention and ask questions. She tends to confuse people and go off on tangents. So I go off on tangents, but that are hard. Okay, my tangents are hard to understand. My tangents are pretty down to earth, complaining about people. Great teacher. If she is teaching class, take it. If she is teaching a class, take it. So that's the only 2 you got. I want to find a funny one.
Do yours.
No. No, I'm not going to dare pull mine up. I'm scared to death to pull mine up. I'll find. Okay, here's a good one. He's retired. We make fun of him. He's got a 1.9. Do not take him. You will regret it. Avoid this professor like the plague. At least they spelled plague right and not P-L-A-G. This guy couldn't teach grade school math. Be prepared to give up any hope of social life and become consumed by math work. Horrible teacher. I love doing these. The professor displays the book on screen and skips steps. Can't answer questions or just teach in general. Have been in the class for a month, and he's been the worst professor I've had. Now something tells me that's not written correctly. He has a very heavy accent, and sometimes it's difficult to understand him. However, if you pay attention in the class, okay, he wrote that one. Horrible teacher. Worst way to take a summer class. He is the worst teacher ever. He always makes ridiculous mistakes. Blah, 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 blah. Do not take him. That's in bold letters. Those are funny. I love reading those. What? Where's? Oh, right there. Yeah, terrible teacher. I think the body is a fair teacher. Whatever. Hard to understand, harder to learn. Hard to understand, harder of hearing. Oh my gosh. Very confusing. Do not take this teacher. Okay, so 1.9 is pretty accurate. Do not take this teacher. All right, so go to Rate My Professor. Let's go over to YouTube. Dang old YouTube, and it's pretty simple. All you got to do is pull up my name. There it is. It's a pink shirt, okay? And that shirt, that's an old pick. That's dang old pink shirt, confident. Dang old. That's office hours. Okay, so don't you pull that. That's when I was learning how to use the like that. Oh, I'm sorry. It's when I was learning how to use a document cam, and this was one of the first things I started using in the technology wise. I had brought it from home, and I started doing the in class. This was probably several years ago. So don't click on that one. Click on the pink shirt. Okay, that one. Click on that one. Goes right to the library, or you can pull up here. Go to the library. Where's library? Well, somewhere there's library. You can pull up library. I can't pull it up right now. But there's like, let's see, what is this? Math 120? Created playlist. Click on that. And go to the last Math 120 class. Let's say, well, I want to see what Hubert's going to talk about today. Well, go to spring. And go to first day right here. And you'll see that I'm going over the same stuff. I can't stand to hear myself either, so I'm going to shut that off. Okay? And it goes over talking about, oh, I got to show you that one too. I'll show you that one in just a minute. And you'll see I go over stuff. There's the information sheet. Same stuff. So if you need to go over something that I went over today, go to the first and second day of last semester. I will post this video today. I'll post it, and it'll be called Math 120. It'll be called 2018-10 Math 120 class, whatever. And you can go on and see. So if you want to see what I'm going to cover tomorrow, or in this case Wednesday, you hit the second day. In this case it was the third day, I think. And I go over some more stuff. Okay? So that you can foresee what I do. Yeah, I'm going over my Labs Plus. Okay? So, and there, you heard me. Okay? So that's, now if you want to see my other classes, I've got other classes that you can go in and see. I've been doing this for, let's see, how long? 2013. This is 2018. I've been doing this for 5 years, okay? As far as, and some of this is videotaping with a camera in the middle of the classroom. Okay, so I've got quite a few classes on there, and I just do it over. It's just pushing a button. It's not that difficult. You'd be surprised on how many, oh, well, I don't know if I could record my classroom. I don't want to have to set up a camera. Really? Set up a camera? That was 5 years ago. Now you just hit a button. T-Rexes. So that's where you get that. Now, if you want to Google Office Portal and click on Office Portal right there. So put that in your notebook, Office Portal, and then sign in. And then as soon as you sign in, you're going to sign in right here, and you're going to sign in hmcclure@tctc.edu. And as soon as you do that, it's going to redirect you to Tri-County Tech. Well, it should redirect you, work or school account. It's supposed to, there, see? And then you type in your, whatever your password is here and sign in, and then it'll install on any of your devices. I think you get up to 5 devices. Anybody know that? Anybody know anything about this? Yeah, they don't advertise it. Okay, so that's how you do that. My Labs Plus, I've already showed you how to get there, but let's pull up Blackboard, and I'll show you where the link is, so you will have it. So let's go here, and let's see, I think it's under Message. Where is it? Nope, it's under Employee. Blackboard. If it's up, half the time it don't even work. That's why I don't use it. As soon as you pull up Blackboard, oh gosh, which one are y'all? 120. I don't even see 120 there.
It's towards the bottom. Third one up, I think.
What section are y'all? Somebody give me a CRN number. I don't have my stuff with it. It's right there. What did anybody got it with them? Okay, 2 things. When you speak in here, you volume and articulate, okay? Don't, I don't know what that means. Sorry.
It's 11584.
115. Okay, they don't have it. What section is it? Should say 120 dash what?
I just have the CRN.
Okay. Yeah, it would be helpful to put the dadgum CRNs on the freaking Blackboard. 12024. There you are. And if you look over to the left, what does that say right there? I'm pointing at it. What does that say? It says My Labs Plus, so y'all won't say, oh, I don't know where it is. That's one of y'all's excuses. I didn't see it. Click on it and click on this, and it should take you right there. If it doesn't, then you got to go down here and do this. And it didn't take us. Why didn't it take us? Because the Russians. It says the access is denied. Y'all know if something don't go your way, blame it on the Russians, right? Y'all know that, right? It's always the Russians' fault. Okay, I'm trying to get there, but it's not working. Okay, there we go. Took me right to the class. Now, it's going to take you to the class, and it's going to say, you need to register. That's what it's going to say. But, look at there. 120 syllabi and handouts. Syllabus and handouts. Look at there. There's the syllabus. There's the outline. Send an email to your phone. That's the how to do that. Okay, accept. There we go. How to set up your phone to get your email from Hubert. I would highly suggest that. Make sure you pay attention in my class also, because those are the ones that come up to me and say, well, how do you do that? Okay? I know things are outside and butterflies and the cars are outside, but when you're in my class, pay attention, okay? Because I don't want to, you're going to get mad at me when you come up to me and ask me a question I've already covered, and I'm going to say I don't have a clue. Then you're going to get mad at me, go to my department head, and say, he didn't answer my question. And she already knows me because I helped her get hired, okay? So she knows me, and she knows that if I don't answer your question, that means that you weren't paying attention when I covered the material in the first place. Okay? So there's that. There's my class. There's my locator card, which is all screwed up. I don't know why I did that. And there's all my handouts. So you don't have that excuse, oh, I didn't get the email. Listen, there's some people, they just nothing but excuses. Homework. Where do you think is in homework? What do you think is in the homework panel? The homework. What do you think are in quizzes and tests? The test. And let's look at the test. We'll go over this Wednesday. But give you some of the questions that I get from students. I put them in bonus questions the next semester. Okay, that's a math question. Although covered in his handouts and the first day of class by Hubert, what is the best way to communicate with Hubert? A, carrier pigeon. Email him over and over so I can use it as an excuse because I suck. I'm a loser and should quit. I will take D. I will take that as an answer. No, I'm just kidding. But that's one question. And that's the newest question that I added because of the DA last semester. That's a math question. When is the last day of class for this semester? I had a student. This is a real story. Cupcake story. Snowflake, sorry. Come up to me. I'm offended. I said, why are you offended? Well, you were making fun of a religious day. Okay, first of all, I grew up in a Southern Baptist church, okay? And it was so conservative, the church that I grew up in. Men sat on the left side of the auditorium and the women sat on the right side. That's how conservative my church was, okay? I grew up in that church, okay? They still had the stick that they used to hit people with when they fell asleep, okay? Don't tell me about religious stuff, okay? All right. She said, what? I said, there's no, well, you said Judgment Day. You're making fun of the Bible. I said, you ever seen Terminator? It's a freaking movie. Some people are just stupid. Some people are looking for something to complain about. Judgment Day is a movie. It's which Terminator is Judgment Day? Do anybody know? It's like the second or third one, isn't it? It's the third one where they get in the back of the she's a veterinarian, and no, that's Judgment Day. And then I had somebody complain about, I put September 11th. You're making fun of September the 11th. I said, well, how do you feel about me using December 7th, 1941? And they said, what's that? Case in point, get out of my face. When does the homework terminate? These are all questions I get. I didn't know that the homework terminated on those days. It always terminates toward the end of the unit material when Hubert sets the date in My Labs Plus during class. I will go over this test in class. I will say, okay, here's the date. It's recorded too, and I'll put it on YouTube. And I'll have somebody tell me they didn't know the dates of the test. If a student does not complete a homework assignment or test, what grade will be recorded for that assignment? I didn't know we got a 0 when we didn't do homework. And people say we should legalize pot. We don't need to legalize pot. We already got enough dumbasses walking around now. You legalize pot, hell, everybody's going to be stupid. Ask anybody to spell mom backwards. Freaking, that's one of the problems we got now, a bunch of deadheads walking around. Why does Hubert not entertain extra points, this is priceless right here. Extra points, extra dropping any grades during the last week of the semester? He awards me extra points for these type questions on each unit test, and he drops the 2 lowest grades on each unit test. I had a student called me after grade turn-in, and he said, I thought you meant on that question you dropped the lowest test grade. No. He tried to use this as an excuse that he thought I used the final to put in for the lowest test grade. But see, what he didn't realize is, I give y'all a week at the end of the semester, I open up everything. All tests, all homework. I don't announce it. For you to what? Go in and make up for any work that you missed or a grade that you don't like. He didn't even know that because he didn't come to class at the time. I'm not going to say he's probably one of those people that wants to legalize marijuana. Anyway, well, how is homework, quizzes, and test exams weighed? This is the #1 most missed question. You know why? Because they say 30, 30, 30. Why is 30, 30, 30 not correct? Doesn't equal 100. If you miss a question on the test and you believe it's correct, what do? Call Hubert's office 5 or 6 times. Ask Hubert if you can meet with him after class. Send several emails to Hubert with the last one saying, hello, scream and throw a temper tantrum. I had somebody actually throw a temper tantrum. Determine whether the quantitative, okay, that's a math question. If you take several forms of a test in Hubert's class, how is it counted? I will take C as an answer, but it's B. And that's some of the questions that Does Hubert replace your lowest test grade with your final exam? No way, no how. And you can see, and there's about 15 of them. So I usually get one DA question at the end of every semester. If you look at your overall grade one day, and it has decreased from several days ago, what has happened? Hubert and Russia have conspired against you. If you're in your grade book, if you find to find your final grade after you have completed all your assignments, which should you choose? Which one should you choose? Come on, people. There's only one correct answer. Cookie. Overall grade. I had one student. I didn't know how to find my final grade. Oh, here's the second most missed question. Second most missed bonus question. Have y'all seen a pattern with these bonus questions? There's only one what? Correct answer. What is Hubert's email address and cell number? There's only one on there that makes any sense. All right, I'm going to call you last name because some of y'all are going into cardio infarctions. I don't know. It must be time to go because some of y'all are twitching and going into convulsions. Armstrong. Barmore. Bashore, sorry. Huh? Okay. Batten.
Here.
Becerra. Becerra. Okay. Bryant, do not leave. Burns. Kathy.
Here.
Sharping.
Here.
What Kathy? Where's Kathy? Who's your parents?
Autumn and Daniel.
Daniel? He's sorry, no account. Tell him I said that. Clean Scales.
Here.
Clean Scales, where are you at? Where are you from? Honey Path? You're a Clean Scales from Ivor. You don't need to be down there. You're supposed to be in Honey Path. What's the matter with you? All right. Collado.
Here.
Cox.
Here.
Cox.
Here.
Both of you. Crocker.
Here.
Crocker, where are you?
Here.
Who's your daddy?
Brian Crocker.
Oh, God. He's a loser, too. Embler.
Here.
Brian Crocker is your daddy.
Yeah.
God, I feel old. Your granddaddy and myself were in the Marines together.
Really?
Yeah. Embler.
Here.
Gray.
Here.
Where are you? There's no way. There's no way. Who's your dad?
David Gray.
Yeah. The Grays were blonde hair and blue eyes. No, that's not you. Okay. Grissmer.
It's Greasemer.
Griesmer.
Yes.
Okay, well, I tried.
It's okay.
What is that, German?
Yes, actually.
Hamby.
Here, which one?
Well, there's Rachel and Rebecca. Are y'all kin? Are y'all kin?
No.
Are y'all related to each other?
Yes, we're twins.
I kind of figured that. Who is your daddy? David? I can't say he's no account because he was a year ahead of me at Southwood.
Yeah, I was thinking when I saw your information, I'm like, you might know my dad.
Yeah. Johnson.
Here.
Kilcommons.
Here.
Kilcommons. Where in the heck is Kilcommons from? You are kidding me. That's Irish?
Yeah.
Wow. Believe it or not, I'm Irish.
Hey.
But dang old black Irish, but I'm Irish.
Yeah, Black Irish.
You familiar with black Irish?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what black Irish is. Limbaugh.
Here.
Malone. Mock.
Here.
Mock, where are you? Your father, Danny?
No.
Okay. You know Danny? I had a Mock. His name was Danny Mock. I think it's, yeah. And Went.
Here.
Okay. Besides Miss Crocker depressing me today, anybody got any questions? Gripes, complaints? Okay, what's your number one priority when you leave here? Access code. And your second priority is to print out those handouts and get those handouts read so you don't have any DA questions. And as far as I'll try to get this video, try to get it done, uploaded today. So if you have any questions, you can go over it. Okay? All right, y'all get out of here and have a good day.